I'm from Texas. I know how to take a compliment.
That's right, girl.
Hi, Mom and Dad, wherever y'all at. Marcus is my brother. So, y'all don't know I'm y'all's long lost child.
I don't.
Thank you. I don't know if you're going to want to claim me when I get done.
They'll let you know.
Okay.
Why are y'all in the front row?
First of all. Okay, so I'm in a great mood. I just found out, well, I didn't find out, obviously, but I was thinking about it, like getting ready to perform for Pride, because that's very important to me, and I was thinking about it, and actually, like, Thursday is the anniversary of the first time that I came out to my mom and my pastor at the same time. That was in 1992. So, that's 20 years. And, yeah, and I'm still gay. It didn't go away. So, I don't know. Maybe it will. Yeah, I wrote 3 different ones. I'm going to go through them kind of quickly so I can stay within my time frame. And, yeah, I was going to tell y'all what it was about, but I'm just going to do it because y'all are smart enough to understand. And it's not that deep, trust me. So, no, I am going to tell you a little bit. So, the first one is more about y'all don't understand that one, but there's one that is something that I typically don't do, which is I really don't ever talk about sex, and like in poetry, but I always talk about everything. But I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and we talked about the fact that gay sex is revolutionary just because homophobes make it that way. So like if we actually love ourselves as gay people, that's revolutionary. And so I said, I want to be a revolutionary, so I'm going to talk about sex. And gay sex, and then other stuff. Okay, so here we go. Okay. And my name is Janelle.
Sounds fun.
If I didn't say that. Okay. I'd known for a while now that I wanted this to happen. I'd already kissed a girl like Katy Perry, but I liked it way more. No, really. And I wanted to go further. In fact, I needed this. I pleaded for this to take place. I could already feel her hair brushing up against my face, but convincing her to go along with it wouldn't be an easy feat. See, it was going to take way more than putting my slow jam CD on repeat. I would have to woo her. See, even though we were both attracted to each other like there was an invisible force in the middle of our bodies drawing us together, there was a greater force keeping us apart. Every time I touched her hand, she got goosebumps and giggled under her breath not to touch her like that. But then she scooped back and leaned into me, and I swear that she really wanted me. But I was scared to ask. What if she wasn't gay? She'd probably kick my ass. Probably. But I needed to feel her more than plants needed sunlight. I was willing to fight for her. I'd give up my sight for her. I might as well anyway because I was blinded by her love. If my heart had a lock holding in all of the passion I so desperately wanted to release, she had the key and was using it. Damn near abusing it because I couldn't stop myself. I was falling for her. And I wanted to use all of the skills that I had acquired over the years to calm all of her fears and get her to focus on how I was making her feel right now. I needed her to understand that this love was real, like rings that don't turn your finger green no matter how the world makes it seem. Our love is natural, and calling it a sin is not factual, and actually, it's hate. And I wasn't going to allow some bigot to determine my fate, so I turned to her and said, I'm in love with you. Her face might as well turn blue because she didn't speak. It was as if all of the air in her lungs was gone and she was no longer breathing. Silence is all we heard as my world began to crumble, and she mumbled something that sounded like, I'm not gay. I just like to play around with girls sometimes. It's times like this that I hate being a lesbian, or whatever label you choose for me. I prefer to leave my labels for my clothes, and my clothes are the only possessions that remain in my closet. So yes, it hurts to love and not be loved in return. But we live in a homophobic world where even we are scared of ourselves, frightened of what it means to be free. So we allow the chains of bigotry to hold us down, but they can't hold me. I'm out, and I'm proud of who I am. I didn't cry. which is shocking. I had an awkward smile on my face, but my tears ran freely inside. She grabbed my face and asked if I was okay. I nodded and lied and told her I knew I was wrong and had misread the signs and that I would make sure not to ever blur the lines that, by the way, were constructed by an ignorant society that she chose to accept blindly because she didn't want to be free. And you can't cut the chains of a volunteer slave, so I didn't. And our love was extinct before it ever existed. I'll be accepting sympathy hugs in the back over there. You want to make me feel better. Okay. All right. So here we go. This is the one y'all still please love me, Mom and Dad. Okay, because I need parents. I don't have none. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is the one about sex. If I get nervous, just go with me because this is my first time. Really, it is. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. I respect all of y'all that be talking about sex a lot. So much more. Okay.
Come on, mother.
You got this, girl.
Okay, I got it. All right, okay. My tongue paints masterpieces that hang in your private art gallery. My hands direct your body to move in ways that you never knew could feel so good. You sing songs that only I know the melody to because my fingers are the creators of the rhythm. I have now become your composer. The depths that I reach within you are the bass line, your moans, the melody. With only sweat between us, it's as if our bodies are quilted together and I'm the needle moving in and out of your fabric. I paint pictures with my kisses, using your body as my canvas. Your body folds like wet pottery, still on the wheel at the touch of my hand. You tell me between sighs that you never felt like this with a man. And I know it, and I promise I won't blow it. You are my muse, my masterpiece, way more than just a piece of ass. Your body is my temple, your legs, the stained glass that surround my place of worship. I'm on my knees, pouring my soul into you. I'm so into you. I'm an island in the middle of your ocean, and like Ron Isley, I feel your love surrounding me. This is ecstasy. This is not a race to me. I'm gonna take my time, paying careful attention to every part of your anatomy. I've memorized your body like lines in a play, but I'm not playing no games with you. It's just not the same with you. When our bodies are in sync, it's reminiscent of a perfectly articulated thought cleverly put together. We are poetry. You've loved me better than anyone ever, and I won't forget it. I'll repay this gift you've given with every fiber of my being as long as I'm breathing, and even then, I still won't break even. I'm done. So obviously I need to work on that. Thanks, guys. I'm just joking. Okay, all right. Okay, this is the last one. And it's angry, very angry. It's gay angry.
Woo! My favorite.
Oh, hey, I didn't say this, but I forgot, and this is very important to me. I'm a member of a group called Concerned Citizens for Justice. It's a plug, shameless plug. Concerned Citizens for Justice, CCJ. Please find us on Facebook, Concerned Citizens for Justice. I know I said that fast. If you're not our friend, shame on you. You should be our friend. Follow us on Twitter, CCJ Street Team. October is going to be ridiculous for us, and you want to be down with us. Seriously, that's all I'm going to say. All right, now angry. Stop smiling. Okay. Okay. As a child, the church was my safe place. It was the space where I gave thanks and played pranks on my friends after choir rehearsal on Thursday nights. It was my home away from home. See, it was the place where I first learned about unconditional love. But now, it's the main contributor of seeds of hate being planted towards people like me. Hands that nursed me back to health when I was young, that taught me my first words, ones who I thought would love me forever, now get uncomfortable when I come home to visit. You see, my home is not where the heart lives. It's where resentment lives and where homophobia prevails and where I'm not so secretly encouraged to date males, even though I've been out for years. One day, in a private meeting, my pastor looked me in my face and told me I had fallen from grace. He said that the God that created me in his image gave me free will to be an abomination. And without hesitation, he told me that if I didn't change my ways, God wouldn't protect my soul. I was 12 years old. The reason Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, a reason to not get deployed, a symptom of early childhood abuse, only a phase. Girl, do you want to be a man? That's too pretty. You're too pretty to be like that. That's just supposed to be ugly. It's the worst sin you can commit. It's the reason God invented AIDS. Janelle, with time, feelings like these are sure to fade. Well, it's been 20 years, and I'm still queer. Very. And what's in between your legs has nothing to do with my decision whether or not to take you to bed. See, I never chose to be queer, but I did choose to be proud of who I am. I chose to use the fact that I'm a queer black woman who survived the unspeakable, and that understands that her survival is political, to tell the world that the hate that you preach is definitely not biblical. As a matter of fact, your religion has nothing to do with my government, and my love life has no business being discussed in your courtroom. You didn't kill our spirit. We made it even though it was your plan to make us hate ourselves. We love ourselves. We celebrate ourselves this weekend. When you kicked us out of your churches, we created our own scenes. Our clubs became our sanctuaries, and we found out that we ourselves were our own kings and queens. And it's honestly because of the gay clubs that most of us survived our early teens. See, you said Jesus died for everyone and that his blood isn't for sale. So if it was a gift given to you and me, that means that there was no favor given based on sexuality. But because of your lies, we go back and forth, in and out of the closet, lying to ourselves and others. I lost my friendship with my mother. Got raped by my brothers because they wanted to make me straight to please God. Can't you see that whoever is teaching this as God's will is a fraud? So this is a message to Donnie McClurkin, Pat Robertson, Dr. Dodds, T.D. Jakes, and everyone else preaching and endorsing hate. You better change your ways before it's too late, because God is love. God is peace. God is everything good inside of you and me. So if it only makes sense that if your goal is to be godlike, you should be love, not hate. Even if who you love is not white, male, and straight. Woo!